in a casserole dish that is
Well,
baked.
not if you don't put your lasagna in a casserole dish, then it's not.
It's basically, the idea seems to be that it is a one-pan baked dish.
Okay.
But there's side
Was
dish
it a casserole
casseroles.
dish, or is it any one-pan baked dish?
I think it is one pan. It said usually in, and then it described a casserole dish. But like, there's a main dish casserole, side dish casserole, breakfast casserole, dessert casserole. The idea that there are these categories makes me feel more like, okay, yes, I guess hash brown cheese and sour cream is technically a casserole.
I am interested, by the way, in a dessert casserole. Also, hi everyone. Hi everyone. Welcome to Dreamlands Theatre of the Mind. My name's Philip. I'm your publisher because it's MEI and it's a comic book thing. We're here talking casserole. It's cast talk. KJ, I think you had a hot cast take, but I just wanted to get in our bumpers before you do that. Yeah.
Give us that hot cast.
No, I was wondering, like, what if like I were a degenerate and I did all the what I would have considered casserole ingredients previously, but I put them in like a fucking cupcake tin thing.
Yeah. Are they casa cups?
Single servings.
Are they cupseroles?
Oh, that sounds delicious.
Also, side note, what if we make a restaurant, hear me out, more like a restaurant, you know, the Twin Peaks and the Hooters style, called Hot Piece of Cass, okay? And what it is it's slices of casserole served by ladies in Daisy Dukes. Welcome to Hot Piece of Cass.
That's,
okay. Licensed franchise? You're a franchisee? All right.
That is so much better than the one I pitched of this, the version I pitched of this a long time ago.
What's that?
I won't spell it, but I'll just tell you it was a bottomless restaurant called Old Country Buffet.
Okay.
That's
Sure.
right. I think it should also have men in Daisy Dukes.
That's fine. He's a sweet piece of Cass.
Yeah. It's non-gender specific.
No, and I think we also, like, if we start measuring butts, it's okay in the hiring process because it wouldn't be gender specific. Everybody would get measured.
That's true.
You have to have a badonkadunk of a minimum size.
What about the buttless?
What if you just shrink the Daisy Dukes in accordance? Then it doesn't matter.
The smaller the butt, the smaller the Daisy Dukes.
Yeah, because I think because at Hooters, it's not like they like hire you based on your cup size.
No, but we'd be a quality restaurant.
And wait, we'd be an equality restaurant? We'd really strive for equality?
Not what I said.
Oh, okay.
But yes.
And to you, the quality then is
no fillers, just all natural plumpness.
No Brazilian butt lifts and no fillers in the casseroles.
And then you could serve a dish that's warm and savory and something like you should chew, maybe in liquid form.
Ah, there we go. Interesting. Guys, that's an off-stream joke, but enough about that off-stream joke. Let's talk about on-stream shenanigans. First things first, we know what time it is. I'm sending this to our players. Guys, these are the dice that we've received so far. We've opened. That's what has been here. We've got the Warlock Eye. We have almost all of those. We have the the mysterious swords. And then, of course, the beautiful Stars of the Wizard style thing here. So, all the D6s are pixes. All the D6s are pixes. So,
what?
all the D6s. The point is, you can look at what I've put into chat here, players. You can guess what is available to viewers. You know what? I'm going to post it for you guys as well. But it's going to just Twitch won't have it broken up on lines. Just figure it out there in Twitch.
Is D% on Stars D10?
Yes. No. It's the percentile one. The one with the things. Yeah. I refer to that as a D10, and that's a D10. That's a D%. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. I think I will stick with
Stars 8.
Stars 8.
Swords.
Swords 8.
I didn't want to risk you saying it, and then I had to pick something else.
Perfect. She got it in. Got it in.
D20 of stars.
Stars D20.
No, it's totally fair, KJ. I have watched people just steal it from you.
Snipe them.
So
All
many
right.
times.
Swords.
And then be huge dicks about it.
So we got
swords percentile.
Sword 8, stars 20. Ka?
12 I.
The eye is getting finished up here tonight, here and now. All right, so in box, what the hell is today's date? The 16th?
Sure.
Great. All right, so here's the 16th. I'll try to do this such that it is near my face. Okay. What's inside? Ooh. Pierce.
D4.
Congratulations. You
You're
have
wrong.
a star D20.
Son of a bitch.
Hey.
This gives you heroic inspiration for the night.
Which is a reroll, right?
A reroll.
Okay.
I'm
Oh,
going
I
to go
can
ahead and
check
say
that.
this. You can check it off. I'm also going to say this. It's a reroll, and I honor this the way I do my D100 games. It's a reroll of everything. So if you put a bunch of hero dice on top of a roll, you may choose to make the reroll after you've done them all.
Oh, awesome.
You'll
So if I
have
really
to make
pierce-
the
if I
decision.
really-
Yeah.
Yeah, if I really pierce it and come up one shy, I can try again.
Yes, but you do have to do the you
If I
can't
rid of the whole thing.
you can't mix and match between them.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But I mean, I can
But
just
yes.
yeah.
All right. Speaking of which, I'm going to roll our first D20. Here we go. Whew, it's an 18. It was nearly a 20, but it bounced to an 18. Even so, congratulations to it. So everyone, welcome to MEI. I'm very excited for this crafting session. To Ka and Kevin, I would recommend you guys pull up. I've already said this to Ka, so apologies, Ka, for me saying it on stream when I set off. I sent out to our players what the various hero dice do.
Got it here now.
So I would have those handy because those are very useful to kind of those are going to give you some major advantages and also allow me to be much meaner about how I do stuff. So, in our recap from last week, because technically Reginald and Mr. Glurk, they were around. What was that face, KJ? Did I say something bad?
You're meaner to us just because you sent us the instructions.
No, it means I can make the DCs higher, you know.
That's what I'm saying. You said the words meaner though.
I know, I'm sorry. I won't be mean. This game's just nice. I don't know, I'm just trying to introduce a little drama. You guys, so far you haven't missed anything. So far you've succeeded in everything we've done, and you probably will, because that's the tone of this one. This is the opposite. This is the opposite of Sunday, where those motherfuckers can't catch a break. Jed's character's been blown up 3 times the night that this game is taking place. He's been blown up 3 times. Often in cascading, ping-ponging, pinball, this explodes me into this, which also explodes.
I don't know that we'll top the last one though. That was pretty great, where I threw a giant octopus that latched onto me and pulled me along.
Yeah.
To land on a claymore.
Jed. Knocking and taking Jed with you both into the claymore.
Yeah.
The point being, things have been going great for our friends at MEI. Last week they traveled to Lake Jumbleshore. They convinced Stayut, how did I say it? Stayut, a sort of a gem stalker, this being. They decided to ply this individual with food, only to realize he didn't have a mouth. Side note, that was a hilarious bit of me not realizing what the creature was when they went, so it was kind of like a fun, gotta figure this out, but they decided to polymorph him, give him a mouth, he got to try it. He accused them of extortion, but also accepted the terms and said, you may have access to this in exchange for continuing to turn me into an animal that I can eat. Thus, that I can eat in the archaic form, not an animal he can eat, like an animal so that he can... Everyone leave me alone. The point being, we talked way too much about the sloppy box that was constructed to carry it there.
Just this moment.
Yeah.
But that was not the thing. And I will say that the takeout boxes at Hot Piece of Cass, they're purposely assembled a little sloppy. No worries.
Can we just take a quick moment, because after that game, Philip and I were texting, and apparently I had a very different definition of what a sloppy box was.
I felt bad about this because I viewed that term came into it, and I viewed that term in a much more like we can have some fun saying it, but this is not real. This is a term rooted in kind of misogynistic, body shaming, bad stuff. KJ had a slightly different understanding of the phrase that was not as rooted in such things, and as a result kind of explained why she was using it so freely.
I mean, now I want to know who I'm with here,
Well-
because I feel like I'm more with KJ.
Well, the
You want to retroactively change sides? I'm all for it.
what do you think it means, Pierce? A sloppy box. When somebody says a sloppy box, I'll give you a hint. It refers to a vagina.
Yeah. So the
Okay.
box, I don't think is in question.
Mm-hmm.
The box, I felt like we all knew what the box part of it was.
Mhm.
I feel like the sloppy is the key part of it here, right?
Mhm.
And I know that when we were referring to my craftsmanship of the actual thing in the game, we were saying that it was poorly made.
Yes.
But when we kept saying it, and what we were really referring to it, I was thinking of something that was messy, as in something that was particularly like, let's say, like moist,
Oh,
for
interesting.
lack of a
Okay.
better term.
Okay, so it sounds like
I think you and
He's on
KJ
this.
had a similar understanding of the term. I had an understanding that I then confirmed by going on the internet and Googling, and Urban Dictionary was unfortunately, I don't want to say on my side, because it was not the way I've never said this. I've never said this about, point is, the term is something that is, well, I'm just going to be very clinical about this. It is a very sort of, it's kind of like a body shaming term for if the labia minora extend further out in a sort of uneven
okay.
way. Another time people refer to like roast beef. The point is, these are terms I wasn't wanting to do, and I was surprised when we were going so hard at it last week.
Yeah.
And I thought it was a vagina
wait.
that had been recently
Yeah.
used.
I don't.
That's
all right.
all.
Okay,
Yeah.
you guys have his number. Call Jeremy right now. I don't care where he
Oh.
is. He needs to weigh in on whether or not it was roast beef or excitement that he was envisioning.
He can definitely contact him if you like. He'll be here later to clarify. The point is, the two people who are sinless are Ka and Kevin. They were not participating in this. They were not
Until
present. So they now we have
No,
Now we're
that's
just
not how it
guilty by
works.
association.
No.
That's not.
we have now
We made this a collective from the beginning.
We have
That's not
now-
how this
that's
works.
true. So
You don't
now
get to pick and choose.
we've now slopped our sin upon them. We've got they got some sloppy cass all over
It's
them.
possibly gushing from the sloppy box.
Okay.
onto them.
All right. Come on, guys. The point is, I apologize for everything, but the point is, thanks for bringing that up, KJ. That's genuinely one I didn't think we'd be talking about on stream. So.
I needed to establish that I was not using it in the really mean
Yeah,
way.
I think
Yeah.
you and I were on the same
Yeah.
page.
Well, in any
You really
case,
just fill up
but
with
do you
some monster
but do you remember how I kept saying how all boxes are fine no matter what? Remember how I kept saying that? That's why.
I thought it was just because you were too lazy to clean up and do anything about it.
Wow. Anywho,
Like, get a damn towel. Help someone out. That's what I thought was going on.
Yeah.
okay. So anyway,
Guys,
into this conversation,
you guys-
thoroughly confused on what the hell's going on.
You
Yeah,
guys think this was a
yeah.
lot? We did this for 90 minutes.
oh my god,
Like, it was
so much.
90 minutes of this.
At the
Like,
end,
never
so
ending.
okay. The point is, the point is,
That was the game Philip was like, I don't have a lot of time. I don't have a lot of time tonight.
yeah. Should have said that tonight and shouldn't have. You know what?
You know who's on first joke?
I could have just mentioned somebody in chat
just
point.
gotten your
Yeah,
teeth
somebody in
full.
chat was like, Philip says he has no time, and that is immediately like going into a who's on first routine as the
Yeah.
cooks have confusion about like our misunderstanding. Oh, it was a gem stalker, and one thought he was talking about a gym stalker, and then thought he was talking about
Yeah.
a gym stalker, somebody who stalks a guy named Jim, or someone who stalks people at a gym.
Yeah.
Anywho, it's Sophia. There you go. So the point being, they baked a cake as a gift for a creature with no mouth. They polymorphed the creature so he could eat it. And now a deal has been struck where the two rock gnomes are going to travel here every day
Yeah, for a year.
for a year. Word of recalling to it and then teleportational circling home. Because, basically because Will set his word of recall to the mine. So every morning, he and Asheen are going to go to the mine, pick up amethysts, draw that, deliver a cake, polymorph the dude into a thing, and then come back. And they're going to do that until there's now a permanent back and forth between it. So, point being...
And in a year, it'll become permanent.
In a year, it's permanent. So the point is they're doing that, and okay.
So that means I need to mark off a 4th and 5th level spell every day.
Yeah, you do.
Let me just take that.
I was coming to that.
Well, that's maybe not the best ideas, but hey, we're here now.
Okay. In any event, you now have these amethysts coming. But you also had a lot of success at home with Riva gearing everyone up into talking about the amethysts and getting everyone excited about, sort of using them and kind of making them see like this is like the cool thing. She even incepted the idea. Slopception. We also talked about Slopception. I just remembered. The point is they incepted the idea of some noble mage in Ys that like everyone said like he's really into amethysts and he wasn't, but then he went out and bought a bunch of amethysts to show that he was into them because he wanted like the rumor to be true. Anyway, so that was great. Flynar has researched jewel crafting, so that's all. Everything's running good. You guys, financially, you guys are now back in a situation where you need to make money. Hence today's, gem craft situation, or item craft situation. But the gem process is moving. You guys are moving forward with it. You're going to have your big sort of launch of your expensive thing, of your sort of signature piece that will get your, you know what we're doing. However, there was a bigger change, which is there is now a new experiential thing happening in your meditation garden where Maria, who is now, I believe KJ said that my favorite NPC I've done. Is that right? Maria the vampire? Okay.
Up there with,
yeah.
I forget his name.
Ooh. What game?
Writer.
Oh, Tyrone Chance. Yeah. So Maria, the vampire, and Velix the siren, who are sort of Faudelin's assistants in the sort of garden, they're the gardeners. They have now set up an experiential, like, meditation experience, full name pending, where people can come and basically do some meditation and do a little work for you guys and pay a bunch of money. And it's sort of like it raises your esteem and gets you kind of like, because now everyone's talking about what a great place this is. I have that listed under trade, and I think trade is actually the wrong word. I'll come up with a different keyword at some point for those. It's kind of like prestige or something, which is also what some of the showroom ones are. It's not so much about trade, but about, kind of raising your cachet and everything. So, and you know what? I'm doing it now. The bar also should have a prestige option. The pub should also have some means of, hosting. You've talked about doing it, but like, we'll call it prestige, kind of like tasting night, or special event.
Oh, sure.
Where you can hold a special event that raises your status in Ys and is fun. Okay, whatever. So, point being, got some new options going on here, some new things to bring people in to kind of raise the level of MEI, which is great. But, though you made a lot of money, you've kind of really put a lot into the future situation with this mine that you have an exclusive contract with. So, Asheen and Will, they return after their trip there for the day with some amethyst, with like a good number of amethysts to sort of start this process with. But there is a meeting being called. Lustra is asking you all to come in for a meeting to go ahead and get into the nitty-gritty of crafting something for your next client. And oh boy, did you guys pick an interesting one. We're gonna do that one. So, Lustra comes in. Let me see, I'm gonna roll to see just how rebellious Lustra's being today. Oh my god. You walk in and Lustra, who looks immaculate, wearing only super light colored clothing, the room is perfectly bright. She will say, "Good morning, everyone. I just before we begin wanted to let you know that my behavior yesterday was inexcusable, and it won't happen again."
Appreciated.
As long as you're reflecting on your actions, that's all good. We all have room to grow.
What did she do? I don't know.
Whisper to everyone. Oh, okay.
But she sort of punishes herself and keeps herself in line all the time, so I'd say just go with it.
Is that her fetish?
Don't know. I have to ask Fonelin.
She kind of... So, first of all, I wanted to tell you that there has been a bit of sort of a press about this place, but it's kind of in a negative context.
Oh?
Quintessa
What did you
Deluxe was asked about MEI, and she basically made a very, very condescending comment.
Do I have the paper on me?
She can
Or is it
sort
in
of
the
she
paper?
can bring out the sort of the printed thing for you, yes. The quote in question, Reginald, says, MEI, oh, I think I've heard of that. Oh, those were some of the little crafters who used to work. Well, I wish them nothing but the best. Bless their hearts.
That bitch! How dare she say that? God damn it.
I don't understand.
Wait, oh. Are you okay, Oshin? Has something happened to you? Have you been
No, I'm
injured?
fine. No, I'm fine. I just
Did the
don't
travel back
understand.
and forth addle your brain?
Not this time. No. I'm more just I'm just Reginald seems very upset.
He
That's
is.
all.
Bless her heart. Bless her heart. I'll bless their hearts. I'll bless her heart. So help me, gods.
Well, in any event, I have a contract for you. You did all sign off on this, whether or not you remember. But now that this has happened, we have a dinner tonight. Zogo is going to prepare a dinner with a new client who is going to make a request for an item. But this is... You told me that you were comfortable with many different kinds of clientels, and you all did sign off on this, but I know you've been distracted. We do have a necromancer coming, one named Tatsov the Necromancer, who, you know, has on many occasions tried to conquer parts of the world. So, he would like a new staff, and he has a lot of requests about his staff.
Why did he fail?
Well, he would like to blame, she looks at a thing, my incompetent minions. The fools who I command were not up to the task of my brilliance. Meddlesome heroes got lucky and stopped me. He blames everyone but himself.
Okay.
Okay.
He does also say shoddy craftsmanship of ancient relics he has been forced to use because his brilliance is not understood by the pestilence of teeming mortals, whom he will one day subjugate under the sweet release of death.
I think we can help him.
Perfect. Okay. Wonderful. Well,
Yeah, sure.
I will
not?
say this. He seems to have a rather large fortune, ill-gotten, I'm sure, that he is willing to offer. He is willing to pay a premium because most of the bigger houses here won't help him. But based on the success we have had so far, and he's heard talk of the amethysts, he is going to be traveling to Ys and joining us here for dinner, where he will outline what it is he wants his staff to be able to do. So,
Okay.
I will tell you that we do, while we're in a good position for sort of stable income coming in, and hopefully over the next, 10 day or so we can do a good bit of work of that, we definitely could use an influx of capital. So it would be great to get this. If he doesn't come to us, he will probably come to one of these sort of less reputable. Certainly QTL wouldn't make something for this person. I also was wondering if you wanted to keep this a quiet job, which kind of can complicate. I believe we can trust our staff, but we may want to sort of tighten the circle a bit, or if you're comfortable with people knowing that you will make items for anyone. That is entirely up to you all.
First off,
Yes.
are the out of character, are in this place, are there laws against know your customer laws, so to speak, to know where these funds come from?
No. In that sense, you might have a moral objection to taking money that he sort of pilfered from some kingdom whom he, just put a pestilence upon and plague, but unfortunately it's already been voted for, so this is what you're doing. If you wanted to help a good guy, pick the superhero. So yes.
I think we can. Why not making things for everybody?
Understood.
I was only worried if some authority was going to go stop us for taking funds that we may not know the source of.
Also, the things that we make aren't inherently evil, right? Like the sword we made earlier, that could be used for good or bad. You know?
Step 1. It must be an inherently evil device.
It also seems like his problem is mostly just his hiring choices. So
I believe we would call that in the Ysmir household a skill issue if he can't do anything with his tools.
Yeah, sorry, I agree with you, Fallon.
So you would rather do this publicly, is what I'm understanding. You're comfortable.
Yeah.
Oh, right, that was the question at hand. Sorry, I
Yes.
sort of just. I think we were just deciding whether we were going to take the job
Especially
or not.
after this article, we got to show our.
Sunbeam and admittedly missed out on half the conversation.
That's fine.
Quiet or not. I mean, we're getting the money either way, right? It's sort of a thing of. I guess it's just more of like what we think the public sentiment is like here, right?
The public sentiment, there will be people who will look down on you for doing it this way. Certainly.
Well, but there'll be others.
Does he
Cool.
want it to
Look
be
up.
right?
Oh, actually, you know what? I'm just thinking. I think we may want to do this quietly, just because. If we make stuff for villain, we make stuff for, let's say, that people that are viewed as villains, then the heroes might not come. But if we make stuff for heroes, the villains are still going to come to us if our stuff is the best thing. You know what I mean?
Understood. So we will try to do this quietly. That
But-
will... Yes, Mr. Glurk?
Isn't he the hero of his story?
Oh.
Are we getting
no.
into this sort of
Oh no, I really
morality?
can't talk about stuff like that. On Valo, we believe in a very objective truth that light is good and dark is bad.
How, on his
And-
villainy record,
Yes.
I don't know that.
what's the farthest he's gotten in terms of success?
Well, he has slain various important heroes. He did not kill Ivasar though. He really tried, but just wasn't able to. And then Ivasar chopped his undead troll in half, and that ended. He fled in terror. According to some reports, like a coward.
How many heroes has he?
Has he slain?
Yes.
And we need to clarify, were they in the prime or were they like mentors of heroes in their like hundreds of years old?
Reginald, I think you'll understand this. S-tier heroes, 0. A-tier heroes, 1 asterisk, had assistance from a better necromancer. B-tier heroes, 4.
All right.
C-tier heroes, 16. So, a good
A lot of
success
heroes.
rate at sort of lower adventurers.
All right, then
And
I don't
what is it
think-
that he's asking for. Like, do we know his parameters already?
No, he will be sharing those with us at dinner.
All right. I'm sort of inclined to keep this quiet, not only because, not the villainy aside, he seems fairly mediocre. So I don't know that his name is particularly going to help us.
But then what if once we give it to him, he rises, and then people will know
Well, it's going to have our. It'll
that
have
MEI made that happen, and then he can maybe conquer this. Pick up the article. Conquer her.
I mean, I think we sort of take the same route we did with the hero, right? We didn't really publicize that. We just sort of made the sword and moved on. And maybe he'll say that it was us, and maybe it won't.
Yeah,
All right.
that's what I'm saying.
Well, then-
Just do the same.
We will keep it quiet but not secret. How about that?
Sure.
Okay.
Because I feel like if
He
you
can
try to
he can
keep
walk
it
in the front
quiet-
door. That's what we're not gonna make him give him like a hero's welcome, of course. But he can just walk in the front door. He doesn't come in the back.
He won't be walking in the front door. I'm sure he'll
Give
be.
him a villain's welcome?
Teleporting in.
We can certainly give him a villain's welcome if you'd like. Let's all practice our shrieking and cowering in terror. Ah! Oh! None of you did it with me. I'm very embarrassed. Well, boy, is my face red. It's not. It's still white. So you can go about your business, but he should be arriving soon. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you that things are in process for putting together the designs. Actually, Faunolin, if you will give me let's just jump you're going to just give me like a general keep the design going for the sort of brooch. That's not going to be the focus today, but why don't you give me a roll adding your it'll be a +10. You'll add your intelligence and your proficiency bonus. And this is to your jeweler's tools. Are any of you also proficient in jeweler's tools? Actually,
Nope.
Let me
Okay,
check.
I'm also gonna. Can I do my
No.
D4?
yeah. Roll your d4. Absolutely fun. So roll the d4. If you roll a 4 on it, do it. Get a 4.
I did not.
I'll just guide. I'll just guide. Fine.
Oh, you have your own guidance too. You could throw on there. But okay, so
I'm not doing anything.
fair enough. Okay, so you have so go ahead and roll with advantage, but you lose the d4.
Fuck. Okay.
If you rolled a 4, you'd get triple advantage.
No. I got the same number on both D20s.
Which
I
is a
got
what?
14.
A 14. Roll a d4 for the guidance from old Asheen.
That is a 1.
A 1, so 15, so 25. Cool with the 25? It's a
Pretty good.
good roll for, kind of just... This is you just designing stuff. So basically, Faunolin still has sketches, and, Flynar has given you some stuff. So things are in process. But getting that brooch designed is not going to be the main focus of today. And in fact, the hour comes round at last when you are all summoned to the dining hall, to the dining room, to meet with Tazov the
How
Necromancer.
much time was that?
A couple hours, maybe.
Could I have had I forget their names, but my siren and vampire friends
Yeah.
make a very lackluster banner. Not necessarily hang it up yet, but just like a little banner that says like better luck next time, villain.
Maria, you're asking Maria to do that?
Yes.
Wow, so you're trying to sleep with this guy? Just kidding, I know you're not.
No.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Well, you might be, but it's fine. I wouldn't judge you either way. This is totally the way to
I
do it.
haven't seen his face yet, but...
This is totally the way to do it, though, obviously. This will drive him crazy. It won't. He'll hate it.
Mhm.
He's going to get really mad when he
We're
sees
told to
it.
give him a villain's welcome.
Oh, well, that's a real thing, so it's easy to do. No, it's not. No one's ever heard of that before. Just kidding, it's real.
I did think it sounded difficult.
Not for you. You can do anything. Just kidding. You can't do anything. If you could, you'd be a god. Just kidding. There's no such thing as gods. Just kidding. There are. We deal with them all the time. Just kidding. Some people do, but we don't. We'll get on it.
That's true.
She starts. Velix just goes, so, we are saying better luck next time?
Yes, but we don't have to make it very fanciful because that would be something we do for heroes.
Oh, I
It's
see.
very lackluster.
Should we...
Don't use any of the colors.
Oh, okay. She sighs and puts aside a bunch of colorful paints. And Maria goes, he's really gonna like seeing
A
this.
card for a grandmother you didn't like.
Oh. I liked both my grandmothers. I didn't. I've never known either of them. Actually, I know them both. They're still both vampires. Well, one of them is. No, neither of them are. My dad's Dracula. Did you know that? Have I said that before?
You have not.
Maybe he is. Maybe he's not. Who knows? I know. Well, what if I didn't? I might not. I do. I know. It's Dracula.
All right. Well, is there anything I can do in the dead time before this villain shows up? Like, read some articles about him?
Sure, if you'd like to do a little research on the guy. Yeah, let's do, tell you what. I'm gonna let you kind of do what the, I'll let you use the skill of also, hello Raiders, welcome. We're just doing a magical crafting game of high-level D&D where they don't do anything but make magic items for other people. It's some silly fun, MEI, Magical Equipment Incorporated. Reginald, I'm going to give you two choices of where to go do this.
Right?
You could go to the archives and do some investigation, reading through stuff. Flying Arc can assist if you'd like to make an investigation roll, or you could go to the bar, and Riva could maybe guide you to some folks to chat with who might have something or two to say about him. So it's basically if you want to use like a persuasion or a, like deception, some kind of it's whichever. You can do it based on which you have higher stats for, even, or what Reginald is more comfortable
Investigation.
with. Investigation.
+1 over persuasion, so it's about the same.
Perfect.
Anyway.
All right. Yeah. Well. Then, if it's close, which one would you prefer?
Let's see. I want to do investigation just so I know any sort of sore sticking points not to bring up with him.
Understood. Perfect. All right. Give me an investigation roll then.
All right. Not advantage because we haven't done the meditation yet. 10 plus 10 is just flat 20.
A 20. All right.
What was the DC? Did that make it, or second wind if I didn't make it?
I'm gonna say that this is a scaling DC. So if you want to throw your D10 on top, it will. If you do your D10 and it's less, it's 4 or less, then you can retain it and not do it. But if it's 5 or more, we'll simply say you've had an additional,
Sure.
click.
Okay. 10.
30.
There you
Well,
go.
holy
Yep.
smokes. Reginald, I'm going to say the following. You, sir, have advantage on all persuasion or all charisma-based checks with this necromancer during the dinner because you've read up on him. So you know what to say and not to say.
Fantastic.
Cool. All right. But at this point, Glurk, Asheen, we're not really doing a huge bunch of stuff, but other people have gotten to do shenanigans, so if you'd like to do anything beforehand, you're welcome to.
No, I'll probably just have breakfast.
Understood. So.
When I asked Jeremy what he thought Sloppy Box was, his response.
Raiders, hold on. Raiders, I just want to.
Well, no. It doesn't even answer. He just said it means whatever is in your heart, and that is such.
We all know that's not the truth.
Yeah, and I'm
That
telling
is
him no.
so
That's
not the truth.
Coward. He's a coward.
He is.
Much like Tazov the Necromancer. Well, on that note, as Asheen and Glurk get ready for kind of, let the afternoon pass, the rest of you gather in the dining hall, and soon there is a sort of warping of the air around you out in the antechamber and into the room.
Would have shown the banners to people before hanging it
Oh,
up.
okay. So Fawnland's trying to hang the banner. We'll play this scene out. You see a banner that says "Better luck next time." Period. That Maria insisted that it end with a period.
I don't know that that's gonna have a great effect.
Is this not how you welcome a villain? I didn't want to seem too enthusiastic in either direction.
I don't know. Given his sense of grandeur, he might still interpret this as encouragement.
Yeah, I appreciate, the idea of wanting to welcome
I
our
can also just
client
turn
in.
it around and do the blank side, and it just looks like drapes.
I've never welcomed a villain before. Never honestly welcomed a hero before either, So it seems fine to me.
All right.
I think the period's a good call.
Reginald, I'm going to let you also make an insight roll with advantage on whether or not he will be offended by this.
Sure. +5 to 17, so 22.
You suspect he won't even imagine that you're insulting him. He'll just think that you're kind of like goofy.
Not wrong.
Okay. Okay. Well, in any case, it's up. Reginald's not saying to take it down. And with that, he arrives. And stepping in to the room. Now, KJ, you said this, and I'm not attempting to have this guy hook up with Faudelin, but I am actually curious if he's attractive or not. So I'm going to actually roll a D1. Actually, KJ, would you roll a D100 for me?
29.
29. In walks a... Ooh, also, KJ, roll a D6 for me.
1.
1. Okay, so in walks a skeleton. He's a full-on skeleton. He's wearing a robe. He's carrying like a wizened kind of like burnt up rod. Yes, Ashin?
How many abs does the skeleton have?
This skeleton has no abs, but you also can't see because he is wearing a robe that would cover it. But he doesn't seem to have like flesh on him the way that like Ivor Gazadi, who was from our Blood from a Stone game, a very yoked skeleton, real Skeletor vibes. This is basically just like a wizened skeleton. He has kind of it's not like a brimmed hat, but it's kind of like a almost like a bishop mitre hat sort of vibe.
Okay.
He sort of comes in, and he has like strips of flesh on his face here and there, but it's just so Faudelin, he really is just not super probably attractive unless you're into skeletons, and he is he's also like, you know, he like necromantic energy is wafting off of him, and he comes and says, "All right, you fools, I have arrived.
Hello.
I am Tezov, the necromancer."
Hello, Tazoff the Necromancer. I extend the hand to shake his hand.
It's nighttime. Right?
What's that?
It's nighttime?
It is nighttime.
Okay.
He grasps your hand, Reginald.
Mm.
Says, "I feel the pathetic mewling life within you. I would drain it from your soul and bring you into my eternal servitude. But
Yeah, but then you need us to make the weapons. So.
indeed, and one thing I must test is that my undead creations are not good at crafting things. For example, look at this ashtray they made me. It is a pathetic excuse. It's a really bad ashtray. Ceramic,
Yeah, that's
bad. It's bad
That's
craftsmanship.
not good at all. There's a hole in it.
What do you
Well-
need an
All the ash is
ashtray
just going to
for?
fall out of it.
That was when I threw it down in disgust. Do not blame them for that.
Oh, okay.
Or do
Well,
shoddy
that's not good
workmanship.
quality Then because it didn't shatter when you threw it.
You're right. Better luck next time. Indeed. Luck has always been my true opponent. I have been mercilessly defeated by fate and stupid meddling heroes. But no longer. You shall craft for me a necromancer's staff, or I shall torment you with 1,000 deaths.
Well, that's
All at
We
once.
certainly don't
Not
want
without
that to
the
happen.
staff.
that's a strong opening bargaining position.
Well, so it is.
So what do you need this staff to do?
I was told there would be food.
Sure. Well,
Alright.
what's your pleasure?
At this point, Zogo kind of comes in. He goes, but then the Tazov sits down at the table, and Zogo, you guys all can join. Zogo serves a selection of in burnt meat, just like burnt, like just like wizened, dusty. Yeah.
And
Would he be offended if I offered milk to him in any way, shape, or form?
Would he be offended if you offered milk?
Or cheese? Something with lots of calcium, you know?
You can offer it, but he would. Yeah, you can offer it. You could
You know,
you can
charcuterie.
you can
Cheese and
ask
charcuterie with cheese.
you can
cheese
ask
and-
Zogo to bring you some cheese. If you do, Zogo's kind of walking and he's putting all the plates down for you and explaining what it is, and Tazov is actually nodding very yeah. But you can stop Zogo if you want to, Reginald.
I will not stop him if he's
Cool.
looking happy already.
Cool.
Okay.
So he begins to
If
eat.
that burnt meat is for everybody, Faunolin will stop him.
You'll stop who? Zogo?
Yeah.
Okay, Zogo, the kobold, he'll sort of set the burnt meat down, but you stop him and he goes, "Yeah, what? What's wrong?"
Is there anything else?
Well, I mean, you want a grilled cheese?
Literally anything else?
Okay,
yeah.
well, I'll make you a grilled cheese. You can come eat it afterwards, but this is your client dinner, so, you know.
Okay.
Just mime it. Just move it around.
That's
on
what
the
I
plate.
do all the time.
It'll all break up when you, like, if you pick any of it up, it'll just turn to dust, so it'll look like he ate. Yeah, you know, he just walks out. Yeah. Oh, you stop him too, Oshin?
No, I was just gonna lean into Faunolin and just go like, it's not gonna be great, but it'll help a little bit, and I'll just cast Prestidigitation to flavor it a little bit, so
Oh,
that it's just not the worst thing in the world.
now it's sriracha burnt meat. Okay, so in any case, he sits down and says, "So, I desire a staff. Something that will enhance my necromantic powers."
What sort of way? You want your spells to be more potent? You want to
That.
reach further? You want
Yes,
spells to store? What do you have?
all of it. I have the spells. Potency.
Better minions.
But that the most. And also, the fates have been against me. I want them to be upon my side. Give me
What?
something so that luck is not always against me. And these meddlesome heroes can finally taste the defeat that I have been unjustly served. He takes a bite and just like dust and char goes everywhere. This is great.
He doesn't have a tongue, right?
Do you ask?
No, I'm just observing. Does it
He
look
does
like
not
has
have a
a
tongue, no.
Okay. It's like,
You don't need one of those.
of course, Glurk, you would say that.
I
Just popping it in.
a spectral tongue. One that tastes the true nature of the death on hand.
That's-
And what does that taste like?
I'm just gonna.
Oh, victory. Knowledge that you are greater than an ancient force.
It's also like a little bit of cedar, I think.
Faunolin will lean to whoever's next to her and say, so is that theoretical victory, or?
Who is next to her?
It's Mr. Glurk.
It all tastes the same to me.
All right.
Radical victory.
So, Mr.
Regular victory.
What's his name again?
Tazov.
Tazov. Or Tazov the Necromancer. So those are your hard requirements, correct? Something that will enhance your luck. And was it improve the potency of your spells and or minions?
Both.
Both?
Yes.
All right. Do you have any aesthetic preferences to what you wish this to look like?
I must admit, Ivasar has an interesting style to him. So stylish.
Stylish.
Yes.
All right.
Oh, I see. Sure, we can stylish. We can do stylish.
Sure.
Sleek, elegant, but also damning.
Stylish, sleek, damning.
Staff of the Damned.
What did you just say? Living ooze?
Staff of the Damned?
Fuck yes. That shit
Yeah.
right there. That is
Right.
what I'm talking about.
That's one of our premium items.
Fine. I have the fortunes of 1,000 dead kingdoms.
You're in luck. It's only 500 fortunes.
I was quoted a different price. Hold on. And Lester goes, yes, what Mr. Glurk is, we're all speaking, metaphorically. I know that, you living nitwit. If only you were dead and had no tongue to speak.
Very nice.
No tongue here.
Luster, what did you quote him?
We'll be quoting, well, if he does wish to add the sort of deluxe, stylish accoutrements that will increase the price, not quite to the degree that Mr. Glurk was saying, but and she'll sort of basically say, rather than kind of floating you like a session and a half, it'll float you 2 sessions. He says, but it would be the staff of the damned. Of course. She kind of looks at you guys like, hope you can do that.
What is the staff of the damned?
We know that.
You're gonna be
Whatever we make.
It's whatever you make.
Okay, Glurk.
Staff of the mostly damned.
Okay. So, with that he says, and now, being around you petulant, living, breathing husks, clinging pathetically to your lives, grows wearisome for me. I shall be back in 10 days. And I expect to be happy with what you craft for me.
Don't forget the deposit.
Of course. And Lester says this way, and she kind of gives you guys a look and takes him out to pay his initial fees.
All right.
Right. So, well, at least we've got a bit of experience with some of this, right? Because we're sort of translating some of the Hoboken witch stuff over here. Just to create the
correct.
So we've got potency.
Potent spells, potent minions that summoned with the staff, and something to increase his luck.
And it's got to look good.
That,
And
however,
the staff of the damned.
and it must be called the staff. He's really into the staff of the damned. So anything you can do to make it live up to that name, he'll be into.
Do we have to, like... How am I trying to say this? Do we have to, like, fulfill all that to the max? Or, like if we're just increasing his luck, can we just, like, guarantee that he never loses a matching sock, for example?
It is definitely your discretion.
Mm-hmm.
Reginald, I'm so sorry. I never had you roll a charisma-based roll to take advantage of your cool advantage. I'm sorry.
When he comes back to claim it, then we'll do something with that then.
Sounds good. So, in answer to your question, though, Fonlin, you would probably suspect that he is looking for some means of enhancing his, like, you know, his fortune against meddlesome humans. Heroes. Yeah.
Okay.
And not just kind of a, you know, oh, cool. He'll always find a penny face side up.
Really cool thing to be able to experience, so.
For sure.
Only one of us was a halfling.
An old halfling.
Make
Do
a
they not still
halfling
have the
into
luck
a
anymore? I
staff.
thought they still had the luck.
They do, but it's not as good.
Oh, yeah, the halfling luck changed a lot.
Yeah.
Actually, lucky changed a lot too. So
It's
lucky
all
feat
changed.
is that
So,
good
sorry,
anymore.
Mr. Glurk, what were you saying?
What is the lucky feat?
The lucky feat is basically what inspiration used to be, and inspiration is one of what the lucky feat used to be. The lucky feat now is you can give yourself advantage before making a roll, and you have a certain number of points to do so. And now heroic inspiration, which Ashin has because he voted right, or he picked right for the dice, is after you make a roll, you can re-roll. Yeah, re-rolls are much more powerful than advantage because you know whether or not you
Can we
need to
give
use it.
him one of those?
And there's so many ways to get advantage.
I will say, Mr. Glurk, yes, actually having the staff grant heroic inspiration, like at a certain number of times, is absolutely something you can do. And not to be oh, sorry, go ahead, Oshin.
Well, I think that's definitely an idea. So it's something I'm thinking is whether or not we can make it so that it is lucky, or maybe it's something where he can preordain things. I'm not sure we have anyone here, but I know that there's wizards that can sort of read the portents, as it were.
Yes. So Sheen, you're talking about the obviously. I don't know if that's still how it works. They might have completely changed that.
I'll start looking.
How about this idea? Based on
The
reading
divination
him,
wizards. Yeah. Do they even get that anymore?
Yeah.
Yes, Reginald.
based on reading him, does it feel like he has decent-ish skill, or is he just hyping himself up?
Go ahead and do another insight with advantage. I said it was going to be the charismas. Now it's just going to be a bunch of wisdom insights.
All right. Wow, that is an 8 plus a 5. 8 was my highest.
Oh, A was the higher, so a 13.
Yep. 13.
I don't know. You think this? I mean, he did teleport in. You're sure like this guy
Okay.
like would mess up, a normal person. Yeah.
Okay.
He's a high level caster. You suspect he has some
Okay, so
tricks.
he at least is able to teleport.
Gotta get him some inspiration.
Okay.
Yeah, giving him the ability to re-roll would be helpful. Mr. Well, actually, okay. So, at this point, go ahead, Fonelin.
Could we give him like a powerful thing, but at a direct cost? Like maybe all of the spells were to cost like double the spell slots or whatever. If he were to use them. So that like it's a detriment to him somehow if he wanted to use. If we gave him like a really powerful thing, but it costs him something every time to do it.
Is that just because you don't want him to be successful, or
I don't want him to be super successful.
My angle was if I wanted to make it so that it eliminates good or bad luck, it would just be his own skill. And if he's not
Understood.
all that good, he'd be vanquished by the next hero that tries to do it.
interesting?
you know.
Okay, I will simply say this: to put in coded disadvantages will be very difficult. Definitely something you can absolutely funnel in, try to put in kind of like a hidden sort of, maybe not quite a curse, but some hidden, detrimental effects, but it will be hard to inlay those in ways that aren't immediately problems. Mr. Yes, Asheen?
Portents work exactly the same.
Portents work exactly the same. Asheen and Mr. Glurk, would you both give me an Arcana check? And Fonelin, you can do an Arcana check on the of the type you were talking about, of the kind of on your subject as well. Mr. Glurk, you asked first. We'll start with you.
25.
With a 25, you are fairly confident that this kind of the idea of heroic inspiration, otherwise the idea of letting you rewrite fate. That is something that various things have. Now, this would have a very high DC to do, but you do know that many fighters, especially of the champion variety, now have an ability where I think once they're like pretty high level, I'll look it up, where they literally get a heroic inspiration at the start of each of their turns.
What?
Yeah. In other words,
That's ludicrous.
yeah, I believe it is the champion fighter.
The champion was already so good.
The champion fighter. Oh, it's only level 10.
Whoa.
During combat, you give yourself heroic inspiration whenever you start your turn without it. So in other words, you'll get one free reroll each turn for a champion fighter.
Level 10?
Level 10. Yeah, level 10.
Jeez.
So
Holy.
that is something that is something you could recreate. It would be hard. That's a high level. The portent, even though it's something that's at a lower level, is I don't know. What is portent works just the same. You can roll a die and set it as
So
a thing.
it's the same. You did 2 at level 3, and at 14 you get a third. But other than that, it works the same. Every time you finish a long rest, you roll the d20s.
Okay, so I would say you guys could, in terms of luck things, 2 very good options for luck would be to try to recreate one of those abilities.
Sorry, what is the other ability?
Sorry, the ability that Asheen is describing is that at the start, every time
Divination wizard.
it's a divination wizard. Every time you do a long rest, you roll some d20s and store those as whatever those rolls are, and you can use that roll instead of rolling the dice, or make another creature use that roll. So it kind of guarantees a thing. So whichever of those you think would be more up his alley, I feel like
I feel like Portent is like more magical. He might be more inclined to that sort of thing.
He might be more inclined to magical. I feel like I cannot. You know what? I'm gonna say those will actually wind up being giving him heroic inspiration at the start of every turn. That would be crazy. But giving him like a pool of heroic inspiration or something where like he regenerates them. You know, whenever he casts a spell or or he could get one back every time he casts a spell of a certain level. Like you could do something like that. So I would say those would be equivalently difficult for you guys to pull off. In Ashin, you're absolutely right. It is not going to be that challenging for you to simply give him some boost to spell attacks and save DCs. We'll let you guys make those rolls when we do our challenge. It will be some more complicated arcane construction to either give him a portent or a sort of heroic inspiration. Those are both very useful things. I feel like, yes, having some set stuff, some divination would be helpful, but also just getting some rerolls would be helpful. He'd be happy about either of those. Controlling minions, that is... tell you what, let's make some... does any of our spellcasters, between Fondlin and Ashin, do either of you have any...
Spellcaster.
Are you Reginald as well? Yeah.
I'm an Eldritch Knight.
Oh, perfect. Does anyone have any... I'm going to look for Will. Does anyone have any necromantic spells prepared that they know?
Spells, I have... Nope. Abjuration, divination, abjuration, conjuration, identify. Nope. No necromantic.
How do I know if they're necromantic?
Well, ideally it would be listed, but it doesn't seem to be in a way that's actually a
You have
bummer.
to click on the spell.
But there's so many spells.
So many.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
look
I
through
know.
yours. Will has one, but it's Spare the Dying, and I
Maybe you'll be able
barely
to
count
filter
that.
or spell type.
What I would say for Will, my suggestion for Will's spells we could do is just aid. So we just give his minions more health.
Oh, you could do that. I think he was not asking. He actually specifically said, I don't need spells. I have plenty of spells. He wants something that gives him... He wants some just inherent advantage to the undead under his control. He's not looking for spells stored in the thing. He's looking for... it's like the amulet of the thing where all of the undead under your control have advantage on all their saving throws, or he wants something like that. He wants some buff to his people. Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm looking over yours, Fondlin, to see if you have any necromancy.
What if we made it so that he could communicate, like command them from farther away?
Oh, okay. That's interesting. Command from further away is that's the kind of buff he's looking for. Yeah, for sure.
That seems to be up his alley, so he doesn't have to be as close to the heroes to command his minions.
The reason I was asking if anybody had necromancy spells, I was going to let you I was going to have that person take the lead on making a necromancy roll for kind of like thinking about this stuff. But Fondlin, since you've had that idea, unless anybody wants to pitch another necromancy pitch. Wants to sort of pitch another way to enhance his summoned people.
That sounds about fine to me.
I think that's probably it. The only one that I had was storing one of those spells into it to allow him to do it more.
Oh, sure. I go ahead.
I wasn't necessarily saying that we would give him the spell so much as I was saying like
because he knows aid, you could do the thing. I actually had him say that in the scene. I don't need spells because I know none of you have the spells he would want stored. So I was trying to just have that be a different direction. So Fondlin, would you please give me an Arcana check? You may guide yourself on it as well.
Lots of conjuration and enchantment.
Can I help her?
Are you proficient in Arcana?
I'm expertise in Arcana.
Well, then take advantage on it, Fondlin, as Reginald gives you a hand.
Oh, guide.
Yeah.
That's 18 on the die plus the 15 Arcana plus 3 on the D4.
33, 36. With a 36,
Pretty good.
you do in fact think that there is a way to enhance the range of his control of undead. Which, you think he might, Reginald, you think he might enjoy that since it, as might keep him at this. So if you're cool with those being your approaches, I'm not going to make you guys do a separate roll to make it stylish. It'll just be, the better you do overall, the better looking. But you've all proven you can do a real good looking thing. That's not really, that's not
Don't
really
worry.
a question.
I was a teenage boy once. I know what we like.
Perfect. So, if your plan is to be an enhanced spellcasting focus, to grant him. Oh, so which are we going to do? The portents, or are we going to do heroic inspiration? Do you want him to know stuff ahead of time, or do you want him to be able to re-roll when stuff inevitably goes wrong?
But the portents are like, they're not straightforward, right? They're like these.
The portents are whatever he rolls. He might roll. The worst thing for portents is to roll two
like,
tens.
It's always in like a weird. It's not just like it doesn't give you like a specific thing. It's like it gives you some weird like coded thing about.
Oh no! The portent is the feature where it's a divination
Dominar's
wizard. It's what
feature
Dominar
back
can
in the
do.
day.
You roll 2 d20s and you store those and can swap those in instead of making a roll.
But effective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically,
I thought it was like the wheel or woe thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, yeah, not that augury, not that nonsense. So, would you rather him have the portents, or would you rather him have the re-rolls? You want him to guarantee some rolls that he rolls ahead of time, or do you want him to re-roll when stuff goes bad? I'm gonna deem those they'll be equivalently difficult. It's more kind of the texture. And it'll mean, although if you do go the heroic inspiration, Reginald can take charge on figuring that out, since it's something that some fighters, even
Is it
not
every
him.
turn heroic
It won't be every
inspiration?
turn. It won't be that level. It'll
Figures.
he'll get like
What
points
if we
for
get
it.
100?
Yes, okay. If actually, yeah, you know what? If you take that one, however high you go, that's how many he'll have. No,
I'd
no,
rather do
not
the portents then.
the higher you go, the more he'll get. Not he won't get a number equal to whatever your score is. It won't be that.
He gets 50 heroic inspirations because we just happen to roll real fucking good.
Yeah.
He's welcome.
Although we could do it like if we went that high, we could do it so that it doesn't refill.
Ooh.
So if he had 50 heroic inspirations, they just don't refill.
It just
those.
goes down over time. We'll
Goes down over time.
so which
Well, unless he brings it back here and then
Yeah,
we can
then we
refill
can
it for a
refill it
modest
for him.
fee.
for a modest fee.
Oh, wow. DLC, microtransactions.
Which
included in
oh my god, you have to
items?
start having people bring it back in for surfacing and for like you have to upgrade the firmware on all their magic items.
Oh my god.
So, would you guys like to go the portent route or the inspiration route? The rerolls or portents?
Personally, I am more inclined on portents just because
Okay.
it feels more wizardy, and also there's something weird to me about giving him something that is now called heroic inspiration.
Villainous inspiration. Reginald Glurk, where were your guys' heads at?
I'm of the mind of portents because it'd be more in line with what is it? He'll be able to see his future, whether good
Yeah,
or bad. It's
yeah.
up to him to try to
Manipulate.
make his own destiny
Yeah.
from there.
It
The
also,
two
if... oh, sorry, go ahead, KJ.
The 2 dice he rolls and saves. Can he? I forget. Can he do that for other people?
Yeah,
Make-
like if you want to roll a 1 so you can give a hero a 1 on his saving throw and he becomes
But it's
dust.
still only 2 per long rest.
Yeah.
Also, though,
Unless you
the
roll
thing-
high and then he'll get 3.
Yeah.
But KJ, it is also still though, unlike heroic inspiration where we're just letting him have a second chance, this is entirely still dependent on his actual innate luck.
That part.
Because if he just rolls, if
That
he
part
just
is
does what
true.
I do when I played a diviner and roll a 12 and a 14, you're like, great, these are pretty just down the middle mediocre. Doesn't really affect anything.
I
have
say
a stomachache.
inspiration.
You say inspiration. Okay?
Yeah. Can we? I've taken back my vote, but I'm not casting a new one yet.
Okay.
So it's currently 2 portent, 1 inspiration,
seems
1
to fail a lot.
abstain.
And this will help him.
We want to help the guy, right?
He's a customer.
I am helping. We are helping him with portents.
Yeah.
He says. All he is missing luck. We'll just give him more chances. There we go.
And then if the heroes want to compete, they can come here and we can hook them up with something.
Wow. We're playing both sides, huh?
I mean, we are
Yeah.
war profiteering. Like,
Yeah.
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 100%.
Our first weapon was a sword. Our first thing was a sword.
Had a traitor.
So,
And I did like the idea of having him come back to have it refilled. But
So,
You need some of our
If
proprietary
we rolled
hardware.
amazing, how much heroic inspiration would he get?
if you guys, I will say this. I think that
we did the best we could do.
if you get to a 50, you know what? Actually, hold on, because this has happened. If you get to a 60, he'll get it at the start of every turn of
Yeah.
combat.
Jesus Christ.
But think about what that'll do for us.
Oh, yes, he'll get it at the start of every turn of a combat.
But
And
it doesn't
also-
have to be refilled.
But imagine the portents would also have a thing if we get to 60.
Yeah, the portents will have a thing. He'll get 4 portents at 60. My God. KJ, are you regretting that we're making this for a bad guy today?
A little bit.
Okay.
A little bit, yeah.
I am sorry.
You're not. It's fine.
No, I kind of am. I'll even just say this publicly. I really thought everyone was gonna be like wanting to do the rumor has it vote, and I kind of put this make a thing for an evil guy up as like I'm excited to do it because I like doing the voice, but like I kind of figured this way, and then it got a lot of votes. So boy,
Everyone
did
always
Cross
chooses the
Skulls
evil-
and Bones. Yeah,
evil routes.
they went hard into it. So
And we should do the best dang job we can.
but
for our
Mr.
customer.
Glurk is so honest and true into his thing. That being said, I get it. You do need money. So, so portents or inspiration? That's really the question.
And we
Either
have someone here who's an expert in inspiration, or more inclined to be, right? With Reginald?
Reginald has a bit more of a draw because none of you are wizards, right?
Yeah.
So Reginald can certainly help with the inspiration side. A little more, but not majorly more. Either one is
Not a
attainable.
champion.
At the same time, he does really want the luck, but also, like, if you extend his range of undead and roll real high on that, he will be like, yes, this is the Staff of the Damned. Thank you. Here's your buddy. Yeah, so
Sure.
he'll be happy.
Now, this is the...
The range extend is good. Guys, roll real high on the range extend, and it'll just be on the same plane of existence. And that will make him happy.
And then imagine if he could re-roll things.
There's some real Doctor Doom vibes, not being in the same
Um,
continent.
So,
Okay, hear me out, Philip. What if we imbue it with a masterpiece, and so that while he is true speaking, he maintains control of every undead he's aware of. But if he fails when he makes a true speaking check,
Okay.
his soul is obliterated.
Pierce is referring to an item that he had and that killed him. So that would actually really go KJ's. Oh, but then it unleashed Vecna on the world, so it was bad. All right, so the point is, let's go ahead and choose who of your staff you want to use, what your Bastion actions are going to be for the next week. Let's go ahead and make those decisions. So Bastion actions, we'll do those for. Oh well, and also if you want to, I would say there's you four. I'm gonna have. Will roll for Will as well. He'll be involved in it as well. He will bring. I don't think you need the smiths. Well, no, you could have the smiths doing. Making it metal. That would be 5, 6, 7. And then if you had.
I think we should have like metal skulls on this. This feels
Okay,
like
then yes, if you do workshop and smiths, that gets you to 12, so it's 10 days. Yeah, that you need 12 crafting. Okay, so there you go. So those teams, so you cannot pick workshop and smiths for other stuff. They're going to be working on this with you. They'll be your 7 crafters. So let's pick some Bastion actions.
I would like the our archivist to basically be researching anything about luck and bending will, just so we can maybe get a little more insight into that.
Perfect. Okay.
Because
Sounds
I think
good.
Either case,
Yeah.
either path we go down, that will be useful information.
Sounds good. Reginald. And also remember, if anybody wants to use their D20 to do 2 Bastion actions, let me know. Fondlin, you may be able to do that so you cannot possibly roll really high when
I can
crafting his
find
items.
I thought you would do like meditation stuff for it, so we have advantage. But
I don't know, because normally I would do that, and I'm happy to make him be able to communicate with undead across the plane. That's fine. I don't care. That other thing though,
Well, can I suggest another idea?
For luck.
Here. Yeah, for that. Or are we too far down that? Because I did come up with another idea.
Go ahead, but we need to make a selection here. Yeah.
Yeah. What if we just kind of gave it the same properties of like a luck stone?
What's a luck stone?
Luckstone just gives you +1 to all your skills and saving throws.
Huh.
I would say that's not what he's asking for.
Fair.
Okay.
Fair.
Yeah. It has luck in the name, so I get it, but
All right.
What happens if I pick inspiration? Because then it's a tie.
Then Will can break the tie.
Will break the tie.
But he's not here.
He's here through Pierce, or through Phil.
If you're gonna do that, I'll just text him and see what he says.
Look, I'm a rock gnome too. We're all in sync.
Just
I'll
text
break-
him
Is that how it
inspiration
works?
or
Yeah.
what the other one. That's it. And see what he says.
I'm texting him.
What is the other one called again?
Importance.
Portents. Yeah. Portents or inspiration? Question mark.
I
That's it.
honestly might just be going with portents.
Okay.
Okay. I think that would be
You want
the.
to inspire him. And if he
Portents.
sucks, then he's gonna fail again
I
anyways.
was fine with inspiring until actually giving him some every turn was on the fucking table.
Understood.
But if he's not very good at it, then you know.
Well, just choose in that case, Faudelin, just choose your worst skill and roll bad and
It's not
don't.
about him being good at it. It's about us being
Yeah,
good at it.
yo,
If we
Faudelin.
give it to him-
So when you do that, just roll your worst skill. Don't put any guidance on it. And you can choose whichever of the numbers you want. Choose your lower number and just drag the total down.
Oh boy.
Drag the total down with a 6.
You know, sandbag
Purposely
our
tanking
collective.
this.
Okay, so you're going Portents.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go Portents. We don't have to involve Jeremy because Jesus, that guy. All right.
All right.
So Reginald.
You know what? I'm gonna do a pub. To gather
Tavariva?
information
Okay.
on. Was it Tazov? Tano?
Tazov.
Ahsoka
Okay.
Tano.
On
Tazov.
Tavaz. Yeah.
Yeah. Just
Now I can't say it. Tazov. Yes, Tazov.
Tazov. Just so let's get more information on. Well, now that I know his history, I want to know what other people think about him.
Okay. Sounds good. We'll do that. Faudelin. And are either Oshin and Reginald, either of you using your D20 for an extra Bastion action?
No, I don't think so.
Cool. Faudelin?
Can I focus on brooch? Or can I make someone focus on brooch stuff?
Absolutely. You could have yes. You could have the meditate. Your gardener's Maria has jeweler's tools, so she could do that.
Okay.
We
Just
still
kidding.
meditate.
No one's picked meditate yet. You could pick that. Faudelin, are you using a D20?
Mm-mm.
Okay. You could always use it now, so you can't use it later to enhance rolls.
But I don't mind giving him the ability to speak to the.
Oh, so
Dead
you
character.
want to boost that? Gotcha. Okay, cool. On the brooch design. Okay, great. And then Mr. Glurk.
Meditate.
Mr. Glurk will do the meditate. All right. As for Will, do you guys want Will to use his D20 to potentially get you extra ones? Or he should leave that for stuff? Okay. Then I will choose for him. If you had a second one, I'd have him choose. Will is going to...
Wait, I thought he already picked the Smithy.
Yeah.
No, that's the... Oh, I froze. Everyone froze. Oh, no. Wait, are we back? Uh-oh. Internet. Ah!
Yes.
Okay,
We're moving.
we're back. Sorry, everyone.
Sort of moving.
Sort of moving. Uh-oh. Oh, no.
Moving.
Oh, no. Okay, I'm back. Okay, hi. Hope my internet is not
But you're about
unstable.
5 seconds in the past.
Still?
You're back.
No, you're good.
Okay,
You're
I'm good
You're
now. Okay,
now.
great. Leash. All right, so, because the smithy and the workshop have to help work, he can't pick them for other things.
Oh, okay.
He will, however, pick You know what? He's going to ask the laboratory to keep making stuff.
Oh, sure.
Making potions and just keep some money coming in. There we go.
Yeah.
All right, so he will ask Udamata to... Great. So, we have these in mind. Let's get ready for the skill challenge. Now, remember how these the dice work? You now have some means by which you can, like, repeat skills and things. So, if you have any questions, let me know. But first up is the... First up is just a general. The DC on this one won't be too high. It's like you've already done it before. I'm going to set it to 25, but if you go higher, you'll increase the... 25 will get you a +1. And, well, we'll get to... There'll be some incremental steps. But basically, the higher you go, the bigger the bonus to his spellcasting abilities will be. So this is just you guys doing some basic crafting. You can use any tools. Remember, the way this works is you can repeat tools. You can only use any one tool within a round of these. So, like, Pierce, you could do wood carving 3 times in a row, but you can't repeat skills unless you expend things to do so. All right, so who wants to kick this off?
And there's 3 rounds?
3 rounds. Yeah, you're going to do spellcasting. You're going to do necromancy, extending minions, and then you're going to do... the portents, the luck.
I'll go ahead and I'll just do some wood carving tools as we kind of start to. I think we should make this out of black ebony wood.
Perfect.
So I'll start
Okay.
Carving the staff out of that.
Go for it.
And we have advantage, right, because of the meditation.
You do. Sorry to say to Faudelin.
And we'll be guiding ourselves, of course, at the minimum here.
Also, remember the hireling, the hireling stuff. You do have your D12s if you want to give that to. You could give that to the hirelings for these 3 rounds if you wanted them to get that bonus, or if you cared about like Flynar, your archivist, or Riva, you could give that to them to have them do a really good job in their.
Oh, that works for all 3 rounds?
It doesn't work for all rounds. You'd have to use it for each round. Someone would have to use it for 1 round, someone for the next one for the thing. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
I was about to say, I'll use it right now if it's all good for all 3.
No, it's one each. But you can also use it not for these. You could use it for the Bastion action. Like, you could use it for the Archivist to find out better, or Riva, etc.
And it's a 28 right now. I have to remind myself what these... Okay, I'm gonna add my D8 on top of it.
Cool.
2, so I got to 30.
Got it to 30. Very good. All right. Okay. So it is beautifully carved. Reginald?
Would it be possible to use smith's tools to create something?
Totally. Make some of those creepy little, kind of imbue some magic into some skull heads. Go for it.
Yeah, let's do that.
I love it.
With advantage. So it's which one is it? Proficiency plus
strength for smith's tools, yeah.
Okay, so +9.
Cool.
Ooh, 10. So 19. But
you're not even at 20, so you get to throw on your D10. Oh, okay. Ashin, did you inspire everyone?
Yeah, sorry, I forgot to say. Yeah. I thought of that while I was rolling, but yeah, of course. You've all got
D4 on top of it. Let's roll my thing first.
You roll your D10 first, because it's not expended if it doesn't work.
+6.
That got you to a 25.
25, yeah.
Okay.
And what's the heroic inspiration? That's a D10?
The Bardic Inspiration. It's a D10 if you fail.
Okay, right, so all right, I'll use one of my the second wind on that, so that's 1 less, and I still have heroic inspiration.
You still have the Bardic Inspiration.
Yes, the Bardic Inspiration.
Cool. Okay, you have a 25. All right, Faudelin.
Does the amethyst mine give all kinds of colors or just one color?
The amethyst is all just going to be shades of purple. Really just purple, yeah.
Well, that's usually pretty associated with necromantic energy.
Well,
or purple and green, I guess.
There is a green amethyst, that's why I asked.
I think these are mostly purple, but...
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll put gems on it.
Cool. Jeweler's tools. That'll be a plus 10 for yours as you imbue it with jewels, and you're kind of focusing the magic along those as you've done before. Yeah, go for it.
That is an 18.
With advantage?
Nope. That is still an 18.
Okay.
And then so
That's plus 10.
10.
So 28, and you get a guidance as well. So roll your D10, roll your D4, sorry.
3.
Okay, so you're 31. All right, Mr. Glurk.
I guess just Tinker's tools.
Love it.
Because I don't think there's anything else that really worked for this round or should use on this round. So
Sounds good.
that is a 24.
Okay. So you're
Okay.
well. If you want to, you can use Ashin's D10 on top of it, or you can use just one of your smaller. You have one of those, but you might want to use a smaller die if you don't want to waste that. Or just leave it at a 24 since the average will be over. If you want to save them for.
I'll use the inspiration.
You'll use the D10.
Yeah.
Roll it. And yes, Fonelin.
Can I only use like jagged looking amethyst, like not the pretty round?
Sure.
ones?
Yeah.
Nice.
You're cutting it how he wants it. It's gonna 10. Woo. So
34?
34. Wow.
Mhm.
On Tinker's, Reginald Smith's funnel into jewels. Okay. Yes, Ashin.
I'm just curious because we don't have Will here.
Yeah.
I have or is Will gonna roll? Or
I'm gonna roll for Will. Yeah.
okay, then I will just mark off that I have given him a inspiration.
Sure. Yeah. Oh,
I
you're
just
asking
wanna
if
make
you
sure-
could give it to the people instead. Yeah.
Give it to Kevin again, or give it to the hirelings.
I'm gonna give it to So we'll have one here. I'm gonna roll for him. He's gonna actually do his spell attack modifier, which is a plus 10. At advantage, he rolls a 4 and a 5, ladies and gentlemen.
Will, get it.
That
together.
is
So that, but
such a
he
Jeremy thing.
But
to
he
do.
rolls a 4 on the on his own guidance. That gets him to a 9 plus 10. That gets him to a 19. Would you like him to use his D10 from you now, Pierce?
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll it. You need a roll a 6 for the guy. 6 or higher. Come on, you can do it.
Roll an 11.
There we go.
That is an 8.
8. So that's 37. Wow. Okay. Will spell attack to 37. Now I'm going to roll for the hirelings. Would anyone like to expend a D12 on this one? This one's not really.
Is the archivist in this part? Or
No, the archivist. I will finish the
I'm
archivist
playing-
Bastion action earlier, but not now. So okay,
That
so I'm
was
just
my
gonna
plan.
This is for your general hirelings. They have their advantage in this. Plus 9. Great. That gets them to. They are a little under, but the average will still be north of what you guys are looking for. They are at a 23. So. Real quick, should have had my calculator ready to go here. 30 plus 25 plus 37 plus 31 plus 34 plus 23 equals this. You have made it. Your average is. Wait, did I do that wrong? I did that wrong. I'm so sorry. I believe your average is exactly a 30.
Yay.
Yep. 180 divided by 6 is 30 on the dot. So you hit a 30. And with that, you are going to give him... I'll say that's a +1 to spell attack rolls and DCs.
All right.
All right. Moving on to the range extension, the buffing the minions. I will certainly say that though you can use some skills in this. We might want to throw in some tactics. Might be some like Arcana might be useful here, but you also might want that for later. Or Fondlin, you can just use Arcana here so they can't use it later. Fondlin, this was kind of yours. You want to use Arcana? You want to kind of really think on the extension of this? Great. Go ahead, give me an Arcana roll. You have advantage. You have your D4. The DC on this, however, is a little higher. The DC on this is 30. So you'll get to use a D10 if it's below 30. And
how many more rounds
after this? Only one round, and it's the one you're not happy about, the portents.
I'm going to use all my dice.
Understood. Great. You're just using them all here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So can I first do the advantage and then the guidance?
So,
and then do the
yeah,
rest?
let's do it. Because you might also, there might be... okay, roll that advantage. First, just roll 2 d20s.
Are you using the 12 for the minions, or are you rolling the 12?
Ooh, you might want to give the 12 to the minions this round, so they do a really good job too.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So go for it.
So 19.
19 plus 15 is 34. Roll your D4 for your guidance.
1.
1. So that's 35. So you're at a 35. Nolan, Arcana, 35. But you're going to add some dice on top.
Yes.
Okay, so you've used your D4. I recommend holding your D12 to give to the hirelings this round.
I've used my D4?
Yeah, you did. You got advantage.
That's the guidance?
No, you did it for the advantage early during the dinner.
Oh, I thought that was from something else. Okay.
Yeah, so you already expended that. So I would roll a D8, D6, D8, D10, and D20 if you just want to throw them all on.
So not the 12?
Not the 12, because I recommend saving that for the hirelings this round
so
to boost them
6,
up.
8,
Yeah.
10. Okay, so okay. Yay! So that is a 15 on the 20.
Shit.
A 4 on the 6.
Okay. 19.
A 5 on the 8.
24.
And a 6 on the 10.
So 65. Okay, well that's high. 65's high. Mr. Glurk, try to go in different order. What would you like to do?
Could you do like a charisma-based thing for controlling minions?
I think
like
so. Yes,
deception
I
or
think you could
something?
do. I think persuasion or intimidation. Actually, if you have that, that would probably be the most appropriate. But I would allow you to do persuasion. Go ahead, Asheen.
You can be. I was gonna say you can be proficient in any of those if you would like to be.
That is true. You can spend a hero die to do it, but I would allow persuasion. You are kind of, it's appropriate.
Yeah, that's only a 7.
That was my plan.
Is to do persuasion or intimidation.
That's right. Persuasion was my plan.
Okay, well then it's yours.
Yeah, intimidation's the most appropriate, but persuasion is good. So, Glurk, what do you want to do? While you're thinking, I'm gonna actually have Will roll.
Yeah.
He's gonna do religion, because that is appropriate here, because it's undead and whatever stuff.
I guess I'll do intimidation then, because I've got a +9 there.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Perfect. Do intimidation. Do a +9 on that. Will has it a nat 20. KJ. So that's a 32 already. I'm now rolling his guidance. That's a 4 on the guidance. He's at a 36. Would you like him to put any of his dice into this, KJ? I can't say he can do all of them, but I'll let him do.
Did you even ask me?
Well, okay. I'll say he hasn't.
Whatever the max you'll allow is, I feel like is my answer.
Okay. I'm gonna hold him 1. I'm gonna hold him 1 or 2 so he can have it, but I'm gonna do something. I hope you'll be happy with how I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna keep him his 6 and 8, but I'm gonna have him roll his 20, 10, and 4. And I'm also gonna hold his 12, but for a reason you might like. Okay, well, that's a lot. So he was at a 36. That becomes a 42. He gets to a 55.
Wow.
That was 60 something plus 55.
Reginald, how'd you do?
Well, let me roll my intimidation.
You can do intimidation, and Asheen, go ahead and do your persuasion. These are all appropriate ones. And Glurk, what do you want to use now that that's all been taken
Probably
away?
just use some tools again.
Tools again, okay? Yeah, do a tool roll. Any tool could be appropriate. You could reuse any whatever you're best at, whatever you're most interested in. Faunolin, would you please roll a d12? It would be really cool to roll a 12 if you're able.
Is this the hero die?
This is this is your the hero die. Sorry, yes it is. It's the helpful hirelings.
I got a 6.
A 6. Okay, great. So they're going to get 6. And what's your proficiency bonus? 5?
Yes.
So they're going to get a plus 11. Will is also putting it on this for you. He hit the 12.
Oh,
Good work, Will.
So that is 12 plus double proficiency. That's a plus 22 from Will. So you did 11. So plus 33 to whatever the hirelings roll here. A 19 plus 33 is 52. Plus their plus 9 is 61 for the hirelings.
What did Will get?
55.
Damn.
Did I say 61 or... Yeah, 61. 55, yeah, 61.
61.
Great. Cool. Reginald, how'd you do?
What was the average we were aiming for?
I mean, 30 is a success. If you can get to 50 is 50 will basically just be anywhere on the plane.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's see. Right now I'm at 30, which is my D20 plus advantage plus my skills plus my second wind.
Okay.
So that's 30 exactly.
Great.
And I'll add a few hero dice on there to try to get it to at least 40-ish.
Cool.
Let's see. A D4 plus
I'm just gonna go ahead and recommend you should try to retain your D12 to give to Riva if you care about that one, because it's
sure.
You're gonna do yours to the archivist, right, Asheen?
Oh yes.
Yeah. So you might want to do yours for Riva if you guys want those to matter. If you don't really care about that thing about him, then don't worry about it. Throw it on whenever.
Right. Sure. I'll do a D4 plus a D6, and you know what? Let's add the D8 for quick study. I don't think I need that one.
Yeah. Asheen, what are you at?
I'm adding it for now. I used my heroic inspiration because even adding a D6 and a D4 on it, I got to 28. But this is much better.
Great.
23, 25, 27, 41.
46.
41. And what did you have? 46, Reginald?
Yeah. That canceled out some of the 60s to make them to 50 average.
Well, yeah. You should be getting in the zone. So that's a 46. That's per intimidation. And how'd you do, Mr. Glurk?
Currently at a 28.
Are you going to add on?
I think we're at 49 average. So yes, I will add on.
49.
Probably
right
just
now.
add like a.
Yes, you're
small-
literally on 49. If
Yeah.
you, yeah. Okay, yeah, you're yeah.
So like using the D6,
Yeah.
do you add that modifier on top of the modifier?
If you use it, you don't. The only one where you add that is to the D12. If you use the D6, you roll the D6. I'm sorry. Oh, I see what you're asking. Yes, you if you roll the D6 you don't do it on top. You swap. If you roll a 6 on the D6, you then get to add 2. You get to pick another one and add that as well.
Got it. So then, okay. So then I'll just use the D6 and use one of my plus 15s instead of the plus 10.
Okay.
So that'll be 33. And I guess I roll the D6.
Okay. Sorry. So no.
All right.
Let's reverse that. So it is only the ability score. Your plus 15s. That's because you have expertise on it. So that's not the same thing.
So it doesn't matter because I'm already at plus 5 for this.
Yeah.
You can just add the 6 on it to try to get to
Could.
30.
Yeah, you could throw the 6. You might want to throw the 6 and another one on top. What do you need to get to make it be the average? You need like a 32.
Yep.
Okay, and you're at a 29.
28.
28.
I need 4.
You just need 4.
Mm.
Have you
6
used
and a
any
4,
dice?
You don't need
No.
advantage. We already have advantage on everything. You could just use the 4 as well.
Do 4, 6, and 8.
We'll use the 4 and the 6.
All right. Let's go.
Should I use the 8 too? What do I need?
You need 4.
I need 4.
Yeah.
On average, it's about on average you'll hit 4.
I guess I might as well throw the stupid 8 on then too. Did you guys already use your guidance
Yeah.
for
I
all
still
of
have my
yourselves?
guidance. I still have my guidance.
Your inspiration.
Inspiration.
Oh, that's actually
Yeah, no.
true. Wait, you could use your have you used your D10 inspiration? Oh, you did. Yeah, you did. Sorry.
Oh, you did.
That's right. You did. I remember when it happened. That's right. Okay.
I just rolled the 6 and the 4, and I got an 8.
Great.
The two of
All right, so 8, that gets you to a 36. Great. So yes, you managed to and which tool was that, just for the record?
them.
I think it's a crafting tool, right?
Tinker's
I think
tools?
Tinker's is still probably
Sure.
that, or alchemist supplies, if that is better associated with this, but I think Tinker's works.
Tinker's is great. All right, so now it comes to the luck, and at this point we will pause. Asheen, go ahead and roll your D12.
11.
Still not bad. It's you're missing only 6 from the max of the thing, so that's gonna be 11. So it's a plus 16 on top of his at advantage roll. Plus 16, he has a plus 9, so it's a plus 25, guys. It's not a bad modifier for a minion, for a hireling. 18 plus 25 is 43. So with a 43, Flynar is going to I will say Flynar has, because you want to do these portents, he brings you various, as you guys prepare for this, he brings you various very sort of potent, clever ways of bringing that sort of divinatory magic. I am going to be lowering the DC for this one by 5.
Oh, excellent. That's
Okay.
cool.
So that means in order to however, this one it's all going to be hitting on the 5s rather than the stuff. So here's how this works. Average of 25 will get him 1 portent. Average of 35 will be 2 portents. Average of 45 will be 3 portents. Average of 55 will be 4 portents. Average of 65 is 5 portents, but like I don't think that's happening. There's too many dice have been expended.
What do you mean? I don't understand.
All right. So who'd like to do these? Is anybody going to spend a D12 on the hirelings here, or can I just roll them?
What does that one do again?
The D12 gives a big advantage to it. It basically gives a huge bonus to the hireling roll because they often don't have a big bonus themselves. They only have a plus.
Gives them our proficiency bonus.
Gives you your proficiency bonus and whatever you roll on the D12.
Oh, it gives them both.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll throw my D12 to help out the pub master.
You'll do that. Okay, so we'll roll that one afterwards, but you'll get that D12 perfect. Okay.
I'll do it for them.
Roll a D12, Mr. Glurk.
So I'll preserve this D12.
10.
for later.
10. All right, so 10. It's a plus 15 onto their so that's a plus 19. Well, that's pretty good. That is a 13 plus 9 is a 32.
Not bad.
For portents, hirelings get to a 32. 13 plus 19 is 32, right? Okay.
Correct.
Okay. Go ahead.
Now we're on the crafting mode.
We're in
Would,
crafting mode.
Would investigation make sense to you for this?
I think so, because you're kind of looking at the angles of the future. Go ahead. Yeah, throw that on.
What is your investigation?
13.
Because I was gonna
Oh, sure. Then you do it.
What are you,
Plus
Mr.
15?
Glurk? Plus 15?
15.
Yeah, do it. Then you do it.
Go for
You
it,
do
Glurk. Faunolin, what do you want to use? And please tell me it's a skill you're not proficient in.
Ooh, I don't know. I mean,
I really want Faunolin to be like, I'd like to do athletics.
to supported cartwheels. To the
Yeah, I'm
side.
just going to do some cartwheels. I'm going to distract everyone with some cartwheels.
This is where Fallen just gets distracted and just starts making tea.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did I come to this room for?
In the meantime, I'm going to roll Will.
Somewhere else.
Let's have Will do... Is anybody going to do Smith's tools?
No.
All right. Will can do Smith's tools. He hasn't done that yet. Oof, magoof, Will.
Is it advantage 1/1?
It's advantage 2-3 and a 1 on his guidance.
Will.
So that's 4 plus. So that's 14. So I held a couple dice back just for whatever. Will's gonna throw all of these on just to attempt.
Even when Jeremy is not playing his character, it just has his luck imbued in.
You can't take it out.
You can't.
He's still not at 25. So I'm gonna roll the heroic. Oh no, you already rolled that for him. All right. Well, KJ, this might work in your favor here. That's 14. So Will has gotten to Will has gotten to a 21.
Wow.
Maybe there's something about these divinations that just are like it's very hard. He has to he's like throwing stuff away and having to do it. It's a mess. All right, Mr. Glurk, how did yours go? You're doing investigation.
Did you have another one, Pierce, that you wanted to do?
I've got another thing. You go for it.
Okay. The nat 20.
Yeah. Jeez.
So that gives
Plus
you
the
a
15.
plus
25.
35.
And then we'll use the rest, I guess. 'Cause
All right.
There's no point into
Yeah.
using any of these for anything else. Well, that's not very good. That is an 11, a 5, and a 10. I guess the 10 is all right. 26.
26 total.
26 on the hero die
Plus 35.
Oh, so 51.
61.
51. 61.
61.
35 plus 26.
It's 61.
Yeah.
Yeah. 20. Yeah.
And that's
We need to go back
investigation.
to third grade now.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that is very good. You said that wasn't very good.
Oh well, the 11 and the 5. I guess the 5 is okay on the D8, but then the 10 was okay on the D10.
Yeah, that's all pretty fine. Okay. Well, he raised it there a little. Reginald, Asheen, and Faunolin,
Okay, so I have a couple of questions first.
please.
What tools have been used?
This round, only Smith's tools have been used.
Okay. Okay, so this. Hear me out.
I'm hearing you.
Hear me out.
I would like to be using a glass blower's tools.
Okay.
However, I would like to do a we did have we done a history or can I do a history roll?
Sure.
Because I want to be chatting endlessly about anything and all things fairies while doing it.
Okay. Well, history makes sense because it's about like portents and like future past and luck and things. What is your what is behind the candelabra?
She's just really chatty. She just feels like talking to everyone. today.
Are you attempting
while
to
working.
are you attempting to distract people somehow with this
Not
roll?
attempting. I mean, if people get
Okay.
distracted, maybe they should focus more. You know, but
Were you gonna try to use history, by the way, Ashin?
No.
Okay. You could do history, I suppose, and talk about. I mean, also, I suppose, Fondlet, if are you just not participating in this?
I don't want to not participate.
Okay,
that
cool.
feels mean-spirited.
But distracting us all doesn't?
No,
Yeah.
I mean, I
Actively
feel like you
working
guys should
against
just
us?
get better at your jobs if you're getting distracted by a little,
Yeah.
chit-chat at the workplace. I feel
Okay.
like-
So you can do I mean, I'll just tell you, you can roll a history. It's just I don't think it will have a detrimental effect on anyone else's roll.
No, it doesn't need to have a detrimental effect on anyone else's role. This is just what she's doing.
Okay, go ahead and roll a history. You don't have to guide yourself if you don't want to,
No, I don't.
but you can roll it. You can roll at advantage. It's +5.
Or is nature a better role for that?
I mean, nature's a better modifier for you, so
I'm not because you're giving me this look like it doesn't make sense. So I'm at least trying to
No,
make it make sense.
history makes sense. History is if you're trying to give them historical elements of like, oh yeah, so that you can see history makes more sense than nature
Okay.
for what you guys are up to. Yeah.
That is a 13
So +5.
plus 5.
18.
18. I'll throw a guidance. I'm a
Okay.
team player.
Sure.
That's a 1.
Okay, so 19. Okay, Faudelin,
Yeah, it's about my best.
19. That's a history. Okay. Reginald, Oshin, what do we got?
What are you up to, Reginald?
I guess I shall do. Tinker's Tools, or yeah,
Tinker's-
Smith's Tools hasn't used this one, but Will's
Oh,
using Smith's
Will,
Tools. So
Will
Tinker's
did
Tools.
Smith's Tools this time, so you can't do Smith's.
Okay, so
yeah.
Smith's Tools.
But Tinker's fine. Yeah.
Tinker's Tools again. Yeah, I'll tinker up some. I don't know. You know, fuzzy dice that they put on the car. I'm gonna tinker up some fuzzy dice to represent the luck sort of thing,
Understood.
or crystal dice or
Are they
something like
going
that.
to be large? Are they?
18 and 1. I will. I'll choose the 18.
Reginald's
Yeah.
like, well, now that Mr. Glurk has that 61, part of me does want to drag this down.
But yeah, so right now it's at 28. I'll use my last second wind. So-
You actually can't use the second wind because you're over 25.
Okay.
Because you've succeeded. You can only use that when you haven't succeeded.
Is the second wind that way? I know that the Bardic
Yeah,
Inspiration.
second wind is
The
that
second
way,
wind
yeah.
is you can add it if you haven't succeeded, and if you still don't succeed,
Oh.
you don't expend it.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
So, you know what? Might as well just use my everything but my D12 in
Sure.
order to get that. Let's see, it's at 28 right now.
You're at 28.
plus-
And Ashin, go ahead and do your roll. What are you doing?
So I'm gonna expend my D10 so I can use Arcana again.
Oh, great. Well,
6
don't even
and-
roll it to see if everyone can, but yeah.
Oh, I did roll a 10 on it, actually.
Well, could have done Arcana the whole time, everybody, so go for it. Yeah.
Damn it.
But you don't add it to it, right? With this
No,
one?
no, you don't.
Oh.
The only
It's
one you
only
add is
one-
the 12, yeah.
But you haven't expended it. Could you now roll it? Since it hasn't
Ta-
been
no,
expended?
you could throw it on top for your roll at the end, yes.
All right.
Oh, that's right.
You retain it, yeah. Oh my god. Will retained his D12, so he could have... No, Will's not going to use his D12 there. Hold on. Go ahead. I'm metagaming, but I don't care. Go ahead, Ashin.
Sure. Mine's 41 total.
41.
Mhm.
13. So yeah, I'll be adding my D10 and my D20 on this, which is the remainder of my
Okay.
hero dice.
And you again, I know you told me the skill you're using for this. Which one? Oh, Arcana.
If you had done that first, then I would have been able to do Arcana
Yeah.
in this instead.
Yeah, everybody could have done just Arcana all around. Yeah.
What's the likelihood of me rolling a max on the die, though?
Yeah,
Except
only-
I
one
just
out of
did it,
10.
except
Yeah.
I just did it again. So
Oh.
Oh my god.
10. So it's don't worry, guys. They're really bad rolls. Outside of that one die. So it's 13, 23 plus 8 brings us to 31 plus 13 for Arcana is 41, 44.
44. All right. So, Kevin, are you already adding?
Basically, we're about
We're at
40 average.
36.
We're about 40 average, give or take.
36.
36 gives you 2. So basically like a level 3 wizard. So,
Basically standard
yeah.
portents. Okay. That's not bad.
all right.
It's not.
So,
It's not great, but it's not bad. So
with
yeah,
that,
there we
now,
go.
Reginald, you're going to throw your D20 or your D12.
D12.
Roll your D12. Will is also going to do this because he's also he wants to help with this as well.
10. So 10 plus
10 plus so it's
double
a
my
plus 50.
proficiency, so
No,
20.
it's only double if you
Oh,
hit a
on
12.
12.
Yeah. So
Okay,
it's a
got it.
15 for you. Will is going to be adding an 8 plus that, so 13. So 15 plus 13 is 28. Plus Riva's. I kind of just give all your NPCs plus 9s. I should probably go in and I haven't built them all, you know. So 28.
There's only 25 of them, Philip.
So 28 plus 9 is 37. So Riva's going to roll at advantage with a 37. And you know what? I actually haven't rolled this one. I've been using swords and stars. Actually, wait. Which two of these 3 should I do? Eyes, stars, or swords for Riva?
Eyes.
Nice.
I think eyes and stars, and leave swords out of it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm rolling the swords to see what it would have been. It would have been a 9. Who cares? All right, eyes and stars. The eyes is a natural 20.
Yay.
Yeah, see, we
So
knew.
that gets Riva to a
57.
57. All right.
So what
So,
knowledge do we have about the opinions on Mr. Tazov?
well, with a 57, he does not have a good reputation. Not a well-liked,
Imagine.
conqueror of things. But Riva has some other information for you guys, okay? Which she will, in fact, share. She'll be like, kind of Riva will say to, like Reginald and Will, who kind of, mainly commission, kind of were giving her expert stuff. She goes, all right, guys, well, I have talked to Tazov. I've actually, we've had a few people come in who've encountered him a few times, and there's some stuff you guys should know. And she, has you guys gesture forward. Anyway, it cuts to the scene where you're giving him the thing, all right?
Oh, God.
So, with that, however, a 57 means nobody be worried. So you guys have gathered to give him the Staff of the Damned.
Mhm.
Indeed.
He brings in his, his money, some various, he teleports in and a bunch of, skeletons are carrying huge things of gold, which they put down. Lester counts it and is like, yep, it's all here. He says,
Now, let me see if these fortunes have bought what I desire.
I think you'll be very pleased.
Present the staff of the damned. Observe the fine ebony wood.
Yes.
Observe the skulls that allow you to control your wicked minions.
Perfect.
As part of the reveal, I just want to do a presentation, so there's like a little whale
Sure.
when we reveal it.
okay.
A whale?
Not like a
Like
the
a-
animal, like a
Yeah, gotcha. Okay.
Very
Oh,
confused.
I was okay. I was like, I don't understand what we're doing here anymore. Okay.
Yeah.
Huh?
Okay. All right, very good. So he shows up. Perfect. He's intense about everything, and he goes, so do you tell him what the features are?
Yes. Yes, we'll go over
Yeah.
how it'll improve his ability to, for example, empower his spells
Yes.
by just enough to defeat his enemies, because of course you were only this close to defeating them,
I
correct?
have already
This
been
one
this
would have
close.
done it.
You're correct.
Of course. And on the off chance that you need to be connecting to your minions from a whole continent or maybe a whole plane away,
What?
maybe in the same plane.
Oh, wait, I don't have to be within 120 feet of the dead I create, or 60 feet
mean-
of the dead I animate.
Who's got time for that?
Oh, that's amazing.
Wait, you only need he needs to attune to it before he's able to use it, right? I can't just tell him to try it out right now on his
Yeah.
Or
minions.
the
already home.
necromancer on the go.
He does, Reginald. Reginald, he does, and that's going to be important in a moment. So, and then you tell him the last part, which is?
Of course. And once you have attuned to this, you'll be able to see visions of the future.
What? Divination?
Preordained. Yeah.
Oh, I can set my own luck.
Indeed. You absolutely are able to.
You have done well.
So as the sign said, you will have better luck next time.
I will. I can feel it already. And now, let me give you an additional reward. An eternity in my service.
And he points the staff at you guys.
Oh.
But you were ready for
Being undead
this.
for that to work?
Well, he's going to try to kill you and turn you into undead people.
Oh,
But
sure.
as you got some guidance from your girl Riva, old Tazov, little quick on the jump, didn't realize he's not attuned to it yet.
I told you this like just 1 minute ago, bro.
And because of that, you guys knew this was happening and had various counter spells and things in place. Such that...
This is robbing the gun shop with a gun here. It's about to fire from the gun shop.
Yeah.
Without the ammo.
We won't even do a combat round, but if anybody does want to cast any particular spells or things, you may do so.
I would counter.
Oh,
counter spell.
you don't need that was Lustra counter spell. You guys had someone ready to counter. Like, you guys are free to do whatever you want if you'd like to. But the point being,
I don't. Are we? Is there like a clause in our contracts or something where if you try to immediately kill us with the thing,
I'm
we
pretty
can-
sure it's
we can
posted
take it
on
back?
the wall
that
That's what I'm
right
saying.
here.
Faunnelin, I would say that yes, in fact,
and
that
there are no
is.
refunds in that case.
Yes, in
Oh,
this
yeah.
thing, he has voided a contract and he's already
So
rendered
can I
payment.
misty
So
step and take it back and misty step back?
sure, so you can misty step to
I
him.
have
So
misty step 3 times. I feel like
you
I should
really
have, like-
can. You can have multiple chances. I'll tell you what. Faunnelin, go ahead and actually, Faunnelin, I know this isn't your best thing, but Faunnelin, go ahead and let's just do you're gonna try to there isn't actually like grappling to do this. So Faunnelin, give me an athletics roll. Just you just +6 for you, or no, a +1 for you. And he's gonna try to grapple onto it himself.
The liches without muscles are gonna try to grapple.
That's what I'm getting at. Yeah, don't worry.
Do I have guidance? Can I use my guidance?
You
we
can't guidance yourself. Oh, actually, you know what? Since you knew it was coming, you could have been guidance to yourself. Go ahead.
But don't we have the overly jacked rock gnome with us too in Will?
Will is here. Yeah, Will could also be doing this, but Faunnelin tried it first. So Faunnelin, what do you got?
So 15 +1 +4 on the guidance.
Oh, so 20.
Yes.
Cool. Well, he rolled a 3, so that gives him a 2. So
He's like, what? No.
so you take it back, and you guys say sorry, no refunds. Anybody else want to do anything to him?
Oh, you know what? I'm a throw fighter. I'm just gonna pick him up and throw him.
Okay, go ahead and make a
Before
shove.
you-
So he has to make a save against your DC plus strength, so a DC 18.
Are we still
He fails.
at advantage?
No, that was
damn it.
only for like the long term work. So you shove him away, Mr. Glurk. What do you do?
Does he have anything else on his person that I can swipe?
What? Not even that.
Other treasures, trinkets? That
While
a little
I'm gonna-
pile of ooze can.
Asheen, what are you doing?
Um, yeah, I want to basically just pick up like a broom, and I want
Okay.
to, yeah, because basically I want to cast modify memory, and or basically erase the fact that he came here and instead he went to QDL and he got this broom, and that's where all this money went.
Okay. Modify
It's
memory
inception.
is a so
I'm casting it at 7th level, so it's a memory
Okay.
within the last 30 days.
okay is a and well I'll just look up the spell. It's a wisdom save.
It's a wisdom save 17.
Okay, so this is where things are going a little
That's fine.
This is where
I never
his.
did-
Yeah, hey, try it. Okay, so DC 17 Wisdom save. All right, let's give it a shot.
Yeah.
He has advantage on spells. I'm not gonna give him advantage. I'm just gonna have him roll one.
That's fine. That's fine.
All right.
I don't really have a lot of. Most of my stuff is about, distorting value.
Oh yeah, no.
and-
This isn't a combat thing. There's no chance of him winning this thing. You guys are totally taking his thing back. It's all great. I'm just.
Our thing back.
Yeah. That's just he just has a big number to it. Okay.
That's fine.
I'll tell you what. He does save against that, unfortunately.
That's fine. That's fine, Philip.
I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Is it possible to?
It's more
silence
fun
him and put him
if
in a
he
box?
doesn't.
Is it possible to just silence him and put him in a box and ship him back to
whence he came to Lerloy. That is plausible. However, Kevin asked about. Tell you what, Pierce. Let's have you. Maybe you can do a fun thing on this. Would you roll me a D20?
Sure. Scott. It is a 3.
A 3. Oh, yeah.
I mean, no. Go ahead with that. But
So he does have a magical item on his person. Mr. Glurk.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to try to take that from him after he's been thrown by Reginald, Oshin's trying to cast a spell on him, but Mr. Glurk, if you want to steal, he does have a spell book, or a book rather. So if you want to try to take that, go ahead, and I guess we're doing another one of these. Just do an athletics roll again. It's just a contested
Is it not
athletics.
sleight of hand to like?
Oh, pick it. Sure, do a sleight of hand. Well, you know what? You could just sleight of hand, but he's. You know what? Do sleight of hand. This might not work because he actually has pretty good perception. Go for it.
Got it. Well, my athletics is -2.
So sure, do this then.
Yeah, Mr. Glurk is not
Okay.
a strong pile of bees.
Might not all quite work out might not work for Glurk. Go give it a shot though.
Probably not. I rolled a 7. So
Understood.
it's
So
a
yes.
22.
A 22.
Roll a
Okay.
7 or 20.
Well, a 22 actually is over his perception, his passive perception. So yes, I will say that you are actually able to take the book off of him.
I don't think
in
he's
the
able to
interim.
actively perceive while I'm throwing him around.
Yeah, he doesn't know, and he's like, "What?" And he goes,
You fools. You've made an enemy here even though, God damn it was in the contract. Fuck. Fine.
yeah, could Fonelin have? Because she has a high intelligence.
"Yeah,
Could she have like memorized the terms and condition of our basic contract and just be kind of reading out the specific?
give me a
clauses the
performance
entire
roll.
time?
Give me a performance roll." Yeah,
That is a 14 plus 10. right?
24. Yeah, he's hearing it. Yeah, he realizes, poor guy.
And I want to know, since I did all the extensive research on him, I still have advantage on all of my charisma checks. I want to. Should I persuade him to turn over a new leaf and to convince him that he needs to
Good
improve
luck.
himself?
You
No
could,
matter how much luck he has,
Reginald,
it's
I'll
not
tell you
gonna
what.
help him.
Because of you absolutely can do that if you want to, but I will say because of your research into him, you might be better served intimidating him. Unless you're
I
not.
shall intimidate him
You might be better served
No, I'm
intimidating him.
proficient in both of
Okay,
them,
yeah.
so
You
depends
might
how
want to
much
intimidate the
mean I
guy
wanna
and
be.
tell him, and don't try to like you broke the contract, buddy. So you get out of here. Don't come back. Yeah.
All right. There we go. 16 plus 9 is 25.
Well, 25. Yep.
Okay.
He says,
Bah! This, you people always ruin this for me.
and then he teleports himself away along with his minions. And with that,
I wanted to send him to the postal service back home.
oh sure. With that, as he escapes, I like that he still doesn't take responsibility though.
This always happens to me.
And as that happens, he Lustra goes, all right, so, well, excellent work. I'm so glad that Riva told us how he's done this to houses before, and I'm so glad that we made sure that the contract, and we now have the money, so we've been paid to make this, and now we're free to sell it to whomever we wish.
Hey.
And
So-
we got this book.
Oh, you stole more from him. Well, okay, that was not legally obtained, but also he's a necromancer, so I feel fine with this. Can we put this up for sale?
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yeah, sure.
Um,
Sure we
Book
can,
don't you do like a Arcana check or something on the book to make sure?
ah,
it's not
you don't even. Yeah, sure. Give me an Arcana check, Mr. Glurk.
do I have it? I can also cast identify.
I have this. I have
Sure.
detect magic and dispel magic as
Sure.
well.
You guys are
33.
30. Yeah, between that and an identify is just quick. The book is called The Atlas of Endless Horizons. It is for wizards, and it is a thick book that kind of resembles like charts on the cover. It has various spells such as Arcane Gate, Dimension Door, Gate, Misty Step, Plane Shift, Teleportation Circle,
Wow.
Word of Recall, that are wizard spells for you. You can use it as a spell casting thing, but you also have it has some other features such as like you can very quickly swap in new wizard spells. Like only 1 minute rather than you could just like spend a minute and just swap a new one in.
That's
Wow,
cool.
this is a combat game that would be
prepared.
very
Yeah.
useful.
And it's a minute, so it's kind of, in and out of combat. It's great. And when you're hit by attack, you can use your reaction to expend a charge to teleport 10 feet away, and if the new position could no longer be hit by the attack, it doesn't hit you.
No,
Wow,
Yeah.
that is cool.
That is
So,
really
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
but none of us are wizards, so I guess we'll sell it.
And a shame it's not a combat. Wait, no, Fondalin's a wizard, right?
Warlock.
Warlock.
Yeah.
Oh,
But with this, you now have some.
With tools like this at his disposal, it really is a wonder how he never managed to win.
Well, looking at these
I mean-
spells, it's very good at running away. It's
Al-
what all these spells are good at.
Also, I will mention to you guys that as as Riva did the like research on him and said he does this all, there's an interesting thing with him, which is he is unlucky. Like, he's kind of not wrong. He has had some bad luck, but he just blames everything on it, you know?
Fair.
So, lesson to us all. So in that, Lustra says, congratulations, we now have some inventory to put in the private showroom, some higher ticket items to sort of sell on hand.
Right.
And you got paid. So this wound up being technically you're only at the financial position you wanted to be, but now you can ask her to sell one of these things, like do like a private showing of it to people.
Sure.
Yeah.
So we got some items. So there we go. So with that, we will bring Chapter 4 to a close of MEI, saying, well done. You built the Staff of the Damned, and you didn't even let a lich take it. So, well done.
Wins all around.
Wins all around.
I
And
mean, it could be used as a hero staff. It just has a
yeah,
unique aesthetic. We'll
it's
say.
if there's a heroic person who controls a lot of undead, they're out there.
Yeah.
They
It
can
could
use
be a
it.
goth,
Yeah.
a goth heroic person.
So very good. So everybody, thank you so much for watching. This has been a lot of fun. Given the season that it is, there's going to be a few more missed games than that is likely or is typical. This coming Friday, I still may do an Arkham. I'm not 100% sure on it, but we still may have one on Friday night, the 20th. An Arkham Mass, another preview. Our first two have been so fun. The Salem Witch Trials one was fun. The Revolutionary one was really fun. We've really had a great time bringing in new people. So join us for that. But I'll have to let you know about that kind of closer to the date if we wind up playing on Friday or not. But we might be there for that. However, we'll probably then be off for a while. We could be off for a really long time from there because next Sunday and Monday we will not have games. So no Monster the Ravaging on the 22nd and no MEI on the 23rd, just because holiday travel and various other reasons and things. We're gonna take those off, but MEI will have I will try to do some kind of more interesting, more multi-layered vote. Maybe we'll do some votes about the brooch. Well, I don't want to take I want the players to get the brooch. We'll come up with something fun for a vote though for next session for 2 weeks from tonight on the the 30th. Jeez. dude, the year will be gone. And then we should be back we'll definitely be back on Arkham after that as well on the we'll be back to Arkham the 29th? 27th is our yeah. So 27th and 30th we'll probably be back for that. But so we might have a game until 27th. But maybe we'll have on 20th. I couldn't tell you. Thank you so much for being here, everyone. This has been a lot of fun. We really appreciate it. Go to our Discord to interact with us, our YouTube to watch old episodes, our wiki to see how these games go together. Our apologies for how much deep diving we went into sloppy boxes, and
I think it's good to talk it out.
It's good to talk it out. Talk it out before you walk it out. Would you guys like to plug anything, mention anything? I know it's oh my god, it's late for me here. But anybody want to say anything for there? I know it's getting late where we are in LA as well.
I will just very quickly jump in with my Manzukis with a movie that is part of a trilogy, probably maybe a lesser celebrated version of it. It features in Necronomicon, which is close I can think of, but also it's sort of what this guy was trying to create, when that is Army of Darkness.
Sure.
Which is just fantastic. It was my introduction to the Evil Dead movies.
Very fun
But
stuff.
it's not nearly as celebrated. And I think it's as goofy as what we did today.
That's fun stuff.
Verata.
Well, very good. Well, thank you all for being here. This has been great. Yes, Calendar and Saber, it has been a great year of Long Lost Lore. Rocky Jumper agrees. Thank you so much for everyone for watching. This has been so fun. I will see you all next time. But until then, never ever forget, if you need magic items, you need MEI.